So it's almost Halloween or Halloween, depending on when this video goes up, or after Halloween, most likely, really. That's probably the truth. It's been raining like all day, and it's fall time, and it's cold out, and I just love that. That's all me right there. I love that. I just love like the kind of cozy sweater weather, chill time of year. And I'm naturally like my energy levels are like around that point where I'm just coasting. I'm not like jumpy and screaming and stuff. Like summer, I imagine summer is like that. I'm more of like a winter fall kind of person and personality, I think. So I thought I'd put together like a quick scene in Blender or put together a render or maybe an animation even of like a cozy fall time Halloween themed scene. So I'm first gonna kind of sketch it out, block it out in Photoshop, and then I'm gonna jump into Blender and do the rest of it in there. If you're working on something right now and watching this video, I mean, I'm personally the type of person that works really well next to people, and I kind of feed off of other people's creative energy. If you're not working on something right now and you want to, I know I struggle with this, and you want to work on something, use this as inspiration. Put me on your second monitor on your phone or whatever, and I'll just be working on my thing and you work on your thing, and we'll kind of like through the power of the internet just be like working on something together. And you can look at what I'm working on, you can work on your stuff. I just know that I always need that kind of help. So if you want to use this video to help you and just kind of chill out, have a little jam sesh, I say welcome. All right, so here's my Photoshop window. I think I'm going to do portrait to start, and it just makes it easy because I usually do end up posting my stuff to reels or shorts or whatever. So I think I'm going to just go straight with the portrait composition. Well, I want to have some kind of like jack-o'-lantern looking thing. So like a pumpkin thing sitting among leaves. Just like, I think I saw something on Google. I was just like looking around for like cute woodsy pumpkin Halloween sets, and I saw one where it's kind of like a close-up on a jack-o'-lantern. So I think maybe I'll do something like cute like this, and then I'll have the light like flickering inside. That should be pretty easy to make. And then maybe some rocks, just kind of like just things to kind of fill the scene, make it look nice. And then I was thinking of having like maybe like two, like a gourd or something else next to it. So having those two there, and then the camera would like pan up slowly, and it would just like, you would see the horizon and you would see more rocks and trees and stuff. I don't know if this would be creepy or if this would be cute. I'm not really sure. Have like ghosts like floating, cute little ghosts. I don't know, like not like Pac-Man ghosts, but just some indication of like a ghost just like kind of popping up behind the woods, behind the trees, popping out from behind the trees, maybe like they're high. I mean, like they're shy. I said high. I combined shy and hiding. Like they're high, like some high ass ghosts just like hanging out in the woods. Yeah, like they're shy or something. I don't know. I feel like that to me, like shy ghosts, like because we always depict ghosts as like, oh, they want to hurt you, they want to get you and stuff. But if we make them like shy little ghosts that are more afraid of you than you are of them, makes them harmless, makes it like cute. So I think either I'll just start with this. I'll start with just this scene here, and if I don't like it or if I'm not, happy with it, I'll think about maybe adding some ghosts into it, some of this stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna save this and put this in the side and then jump into Blender. So now we're in Blender, and I just got these pumpkin photo scans from Polygon. How does Andrew say it? Polygon. This is Andrew Price's Blender Guru's website for textures and stuff, and I think they have these pumpkins for free, so I'm gonna use those. These are not the same pumpkins. What did I get? So I got these pumpkins from Polygon, I'm pretty sure. And I also have some like leaves and stuff that I photo scanned on my walk the other day. And so this was kind of like, getting this scan was the inspiration for this render. And I got a couple other scans, and I'm gonna upload those to a ton of these I'm just gonna throw up on Patreon. So I'll put them in the pack, throw them on Patreon. If you want to get them, that's where you can get them. So let's move ahead with, so I'm gonna keep these as they are. And then I'm gonna bring in some of the scans that I got. Bring in all 3 of these at once. Okay, so a couple of them are like paths, leaf paths, and then one of them is like this rocky cliff side, and I figured I could probably just use it as a to kind of block in the composition. So first I'm gonna do is separate all these because they're just these raw photo scans. I'm gonna have to clean them up a bit. So I'm gonna tab into edit mode on all of them, hit A, merge by distance. That's all I get. And then probably gonna just start chopping this up. Sometimes these photo scans come in with weird like normals data, and I think the way to get rid of that is to go here, geometry data. Okay, so sometimes it'll have like custom split normals, and that'll like make it look weird. Kind of like most of this, I think we can use most of it as is. Just jump into texture preview here and see how it looks. Yeah, I think in the sketch that we did originally, there's some like rocks around it. So we're gonna try to put this in like tuck this into a spot with rocks. Maybe like here. Let's bring a camera in here just to get a quick preview of how everything is looking. Nope. I always click on that. Oh, other way. There we go. And I'm gonna open up a second window here. Like get a preview of the 3D, what the 3D is seeing, or what the camera is seeing. All right. Make this a bit bigger. All right. It's looking decent. Yeah. Rotate that a bit. And then these leaves also can just kind of be added to fill out the scene a bit. I'm gonna use some proportional editing, just like pull out the parts that are low poly or that are not necessary. So I like using the lasso tool for just kind of freehand grabbing all these edges and bringing them down like that. I think we can use some of the rock elements as well to like cover up the lack of leaves. I'm gonna Alt-D duplicate that, rotate it, put it over here maybe somewhere, just again fill in that space. Let's see how that looks. Hopefully it doesn't look like trash. All right. This is not helping. Bring the camera down a bit. Yeah. And then I'm gonna maybe even like make the frame focal length a little higher. So then we can kind of have it be like looking down at this stuff. I think in this case might have to really bring these leaves, the size of them down a bit so that they're not as, like the chunkiness of the photo scan isn't as noticeable. Like help break up. Like if I hide it, you can see like this looks a little chunky. And if I unhide it, it helps to break up some of the chunkiness with like more a detailed pass of scan stuff. And I also have this this asset pack from Ian Hubert. So this is from his Patreon, and it's a ton of like trees and stuff. And I might be able to take some of them. Some of these rocks I can probably use. And this more like this another leaf pile. Yeah, his looks exactly like mine. It's even more low poly than mine, I think. But it looks about the same. I'll take this maybe. Bring it here. This is like from his early days, so I think his scans have gotten much better since these were made, but you know, they're still usable. I can still kind of like bash them into the background kind of. And also we can't forget about this rock, which might help, like, yeah, that kind of covers up the scene a little bit more, or those shots. I don't know, I think that looks kind of cool. Looks like a little environment. Just kind of really eyeballing it to what looks good. So I'm gonna take all of this stuff and move it down. Just like that. So you just get the slope of it. I really like this one. Like this can really work from a lot of different angles. It can even work like just as a straight wall like that. I might even use it like that. Yeah, I might use it like that. Let me hop into the camera. Yeah, it honestly really it works pretty damn well as a wall. So let's use it for that. Okay, that looks good. Like the more, maybe make them bigger. I think it just like the closer you get to like the geometry, the more like janky it kind of looks. I'm like second guessing myself. I think I'm thinking about it too hard, and I haven't even started lighting it. So I think once we start lighting it, it'll be okay. Yeah, I think we'll be all right. I think it gives us what we're looking for. I'm gonna box select this so it's not rendering more than it needs to. Okay. Looks weird. What is that? Oh, okay. It's like coming through right here. Here it is. There we go. Okay. And I do want this to be like kind of close to the background. Like that. I might also use some like depth of field trickery to hide like some of the stuff. Oh, I like this right here, how those rocks come in. That looks really cool. And then if we have the camera like pan up, like even if we just do this render, I think it's great. But if we have the camera pan up a bit, and we see some ghouls and ghosts and stuff show themselves, that'll look nice. I'm gonna stay in this Polyhaven add-on, go into the models because they have like nature and trees and stuff. I like the Polyhaven stuff. It's just like, it's simpler. They have like these like pine tree saplings and things, and I'm just gonna use that because it's already here. The way that they work, you can like adjust them, like make adjustments to them, because I think they're geometry nodes based. Okay. Okay. Let's make instance real. So then I'll be able to separate these two because they came in as an instance, but once they're separated and they're made real, I can start to move them around, make adjustments and things like that. I think that the pumpkin might have a 4K texture on it. Let me double check. Because that was one of the options, was that I could download a 4K texture. Yeah, it's using that. We don't need it to use a 4K texture. Or I'm just gonna hide them, because this is what usually always kills my RAM, is having like 4K textures on everything. So I might just hide these for now until the very last minute. Yeah, I'll just hide them for now until the last minute. You know what? Here's what I do. I'll add some low poly stuff to placehold it. We'll use that for now, and that should be okay. So let's start moving these into position. Jump back into the viewport. I think that looks fine. And this is like if it pans up. So once it pans up, all we gotta do is worry about like these trees and how they look. So I'm gonna put here, put another one like back here maybe. Oh, weird. It's like, wait, what is that? I remember that happening last time. I don't know what. I guess it has like different like versions or something. Just trying to like break up the scene a bit, add some like variety to the angles of everything, something like that. See how that looks. I don't think this is helping me. I'm gonna get rid of that and instead bring in a different thing. And bring in some of these rocks or something, or some of this. I'll bring that in with what we got. Kind of blocks in the scene a bit better. I feel like that kind of works. That helps a little bit. Okay, so the next thing is I'm gonna save this first. Okay, saved it over the pumpkin thing. That's fine. I'm gonna take everything but the camera, put it in its own little collection so I can turn it off. And I'm gonna turn back on these, and I'm gonna carve them. I'm gonna do a little bit carving on them. So what do I want to do? I'm gonna use booleans, I think. Cursor selected, and then make some shapes. So first I want to make 2 cylinders for the eyes. What am I doing? I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just pressing shortcuts. Okay, 2 cylinders. This will be like a cute pumpkin. So 2 cylinders like this. And then I'm gonna take one of these and make a smile cut out of it. I think I'll be able to just take like these. Yeah. I'll probably just delete these faces actually. And then instead take all this, extrude along normals, and cut it in like that. So then that will be like there. We'll see how it looks. If it looks dumb, we'll just like remake it, or we'll just like adjust the things. So let me apply scale on this. Go here, boolean. That looks kind of good. I think the smile is a little bit too low, or too high, I mean. So I'm gonna bring that down a bit. That's cute. All right, I think I'm gonna keep that, unless yeah, I think that's a little bit better. So we'll just apply that, and then we can delete this. And then for the inside, I'm just gonna take all these faces, and then like, cool, it's taking me 15 minutes just to cut out a damn face on this pumpkin. That's great. Great use of my time. Yeah, I get frustrated when I think too much about like how much time if I'm like wasting time. I just start getting like irritated, so I'm not gonna think about it like that. That is, I'll just duplicate, assign, and we will make that assign. So this on the inside, shader editor, put that here. Okay, make that hue lighter, or the value lighter, I mean, so it feels like the inside of a pumpkin. Maybe less saturated. No, you can make the hue higher than 2 by just putting in 3, so Blender just cannot stop me. Fun little trick there, you can bypass its limitations. So that looks kind of good. I wonder how it looks if I'm gonna keep these faces, but I'm gonna make that full. I'm gonna take these back faces and separate them, keep them. Actually helped with the weird curling and stuff. So let's add like a quick light inside of there just to test. Make it a little bit yellow. Make it like 100 and give it some radius. Alright, it doesn't look too bad, honestly. I think we're saved. Yeah, I think we're good. We'll just keep that. Because what I was going to do is I was going to take these, and I think this has some surface scattering. This is really cool. And I was going to take these and make them emissive in order to emit the light. But I think this works. Yeah, this works. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right, now we turn on the rest of our scene. I'm gonna hop out of rendered mode because my computer's gonna die. I'm probably not gonna do the little ghosts. I think it's just gonna be like cloth sims and stuff, and that I think is gonna blow the scope of this entire little render. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of keep the lights there. Here, let's hop into the view and see how it looks. Let's see what the HDRI looks like, because I think I have it turned off. And then I'm just kind of going back and forth between the rotation that they let you rotate, the axis they let you rotate, and the rotation inside of it to really get the angle that I want. But now that I do have that, it does look a little bit blurry, and I think we can do two things. We can just do a depth of field so that the rest of the background is blurry, and that's fine. Or we can increase the quality of this. So it's 1K, we can increase it to like 8K or 4K or something. But I think I'm just going to stick with what we have here. Maybe change the lighting a little bit. So let me turn this off and hop into the 3D viewport from this side, since we're just using this to render. And let me start adding some lights, some like area lights, just to sell like the autumnness of it. Maybe like a little bit warm, a little bit of warm light here, and then a little bit of cool light in the back, or maybe also warm. Oh, okay, I think blue works. It's kind of tricky because like it's overcast. It's not like a sunset weather, or it's not a sunset time. Really, the sun is just very, like, it's almost hidden. So we have to go with more. We just have to, in this scene, I have to like art direct the lighting a little bit more and modify it. So something a little bit on the cooler side in the background, something a little bit on the warmer side in the foreground. I kind of don't like how these trees are so dark, but it might be just something we gotta deal with. Yeah, that's kind of working for us. The warmer light, yeah. And I'll bring this up. Let's see how it looks with the... This is the tricky part, is because I want it to be light, but yeah, it's going to... what it's doing is it's also taking and it's making it like a daytime scene, and I guess I don't really know if I want it to be a daytime scene. I think I want it to be more of a nighttime scene. So that's what I did with the environment, I ended up turning it down. So let's maybe go with a nighttime scene. My dog is sleeping. She's also chilling to the rain. The rain sounds. Oh, I kind of like that. Like lighting it from behind. Yeah, so all of this will just be more for like environment. It won't be for like there won't be any reason for you to look back here because I'm not putting anything back here. So all of this can just be like environment mood lighting. So I can make it blue, bluish, coldish. And then also you can turn off shadows so it doesn't affect the so it doesn't create shadows. It just kind of casts this light over the whole background. I think that's I kind of like that. So then like this, maybe remove this tree. So then what's happening is that like there's this angle here and this tree's over here. And then compositionally, this angle is kind of pushing you into this highlight. And then that's where the top of this pumpkin is, and it catches your eye as well. She's like running in her dreams. So her little paws are tapping on the floor. Go get him. Go get him. Yeah, I think originally I wanted this to be like a spooky kind of like a misty Halloween scene, but I think now I'm just gonna go with something different. So let's bring this camera down. All right, looks good. So I put a keyframe there at the beginning, and then I'll just put one all the way at the end. Just gonna have it just slow zoom up, and then the actual things themselves. Oh, I'm gonna modify the rotation just slightly so it stays kind of centered. I feel like I can pull the camera lens back a bit, reveal more of the environment. Something like this maybe. Yeah, I'm okay with showing a little bit of the bad geometry there, as long as it like is at the very corner and not like super obvious. I might do a bit of camera shake as well. Yeah, I think I'm gonna add a bit of camera shake to it because it's a little bit too simple. So let's see what the investigation looks like. That's a little too strong. This feels appropriate. A close up. The other thing I think I want to mess with, and I've been watching a ton of Severance, so I want to try this little dolly zoom thing, where as the camera gets closer, the field of view or the focal length changes. So if you can see, like it's 75 here, and we'll mark that, and then as it gets closer, which we might have to get even closer, like that. We're gonna pull back, yeah, so 60. We'll take all that and we'll make it vector, so you'll see the effect. It's definitely not gonna be like a handheld effect because you can't be doing both at the same time on like a phone camera, but I think it's a fun effect. And I think I'm gonna add like a fog volume thing over top of it. We do a mesh and we just kind of keep it localized here, keep it within the camera. So let's hop in, and this is gonna increase our render times for cycles by a ton, but I'm just gonna let this like render out overnight, and then you guys will see it at the end of the video. Let's see, scatter, volume scatter. Hopefully the lights shine through the volume in a cool way. Whoa. That's not supposed to happen. Oh, it's like resolving so weird. I've never seen it resolve like that. So weird. It might be this light in the back that's causing the weirdness. Yeah, it's like causing weird lines. I've never seen it resolve like that. I wonder if it's because there's no shadow or something. Interesting. No shadow just does that, which is weird. It doesn't feel like it should be doing that. I mean, that's not the worst thing ever. It's just kind of like, I kind of think that like works for us because it's not super foggy in the foreground, and like more foggy as it goes further back. I think I kind of like that. This turning up the anisotropy makes it localize the volume mostly around the lights. Oh, I don't have denoising turned on. There we go. So it makes it kind of glow around where that is, but if we turn it the other way, it inverses it. So actually, oh, bro, I'm on CPU. What the hell? Oh, it's because I opened up the original blend file for the pumpkins. I wasn't using. Okay, this is why all the things are wrong. Hopefully this runs a little bit better. Okay, that's way faster. Yeah, I think we might have to turn on the depth of field as well, just because it will help with the background being really blurry, but it will increase our render time. I'm gonna say okay with it. We don't need that. I'm gonna turn up the, I think, contrast. Yeah. Oh damn, it crashed. All right. I think we have most of it still saved. Okay, so we won't play as much anymore with the volume and everything running at the same time. The 4K on this pumpkin really is messing me up. I think I'm just gonna do a regular old dolly zoom. Since we already I kind of already know what this is gonna look like, I'm just gonna keep it like simple. Maybe even take all this and instead of vector do like auto clamped, so it slows down at the end a little bit. I kind of like this shot. It's like very close and intimate. Yeah, I think that kind of works. Aha, that's what was causing that error, the weird custom split normals data, which I sometimes have to clear on the photo scans. That I mentioned that earlier, but clearing it on this helped. I didn't even know I had it. I'm just gonna kind of add the volume in that way that we had it, where it was more like in the background than in the foreground, like that. Let's see how that looks. Hopefully it doesn't crash again. Oh, that looks nice. The depth of field really helps a lot. Yeah, it looks so nice. It's so cute. I might take the light that is inside and I think bring down the. It's a little bit bright. Oh, that's so cool. No, maybe even that. Ooh, that's better. I kind of like how the tops of the trees get revealed a little bit with like the volume at this angle. Darken it a bit. Maybe make it a little bit blue, just for like that classic blue and orange back and forth. Yeah. This thing is so cute. I don't know. I kind of like how it just stays zoomed in on it, because I don't know. I feel like I'm doing too much like artistically. I'm like trying to do a lot of things artistically, so I think I'll just keep it pretty close. I won't mess with the lens changing too much. I mean, I think it still is, and you can tell. But I like how it starts like zoomed in, or maybe I started zoomed. Yeah, maybe I ended like this. And then I started zoomed out a bit. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit better. See if the light helps or doesn't help. I think it kind of helps. Like I'm trying to think, like, am I going for realism or am I going just for like a nice scene? And I think I'm going for a nice scene. Yeah, because it's like not like a Halloween scene. It's like just a fall time like cozy scene. I think that's what I'm going for. What if I kind of like started here? Just kind of make it look like I'm starting from like an awkward position. Yeah, I think I'm doing too much again. I gotta catch myself when I'm doing too much. I just make my life harder for no reason. Saving again because it might crash. My contrast is good. Is this enough? I think this is enough. I'm like, again, I'm just doubting myself with like, is this enough? Is this not enough? Have I done enough to whatever show that I put effort into it? But I've been working on this for over an hour, so I think, yeah, I think I'm good. I don't need to prove anything. You're getting a peek into like every time I come to the end of a project or to the end of an animation, and this is just where my mind goes through the rhythm of like the checklist of like, is this enough? Do I care? Who am I doing this for? All this stuff. But okay, I'm happy with this. Okay, I'm good. I'm gonna render this out. Let's see if I can do a square. Well, a square then, because then I can get 1080 by 1080, 1080 by 1920, a wide format and a tall format. I'll do that. No clipping at the end. Nothing clips. All right, looks good. Okay, that looks good. All right, well, thanks for watching this video. Thanks for just kind of sitting through and working. I hope if you were working on something, I hope you made some progress on it. I hope this helped get you through that and helped inspire you. I don't know how to do outros, I'm sorry. Oh, and if you want the assets like I mentioned earlier, a lot of these were from Ian Hubert and like stuff in like the Polygon store, but some of the ones that I used that were mine, I'm gonna throw those into a pack on Patreon and release those sometime soon. So be on the lookout for those there. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, so quick update. I tried to do the ghost thing and it just did not work. Cloth Sims and Blender continue to be a pain in the ass. It just did not work. I tried all kinds of stuff. It was goofy. It looked bad. So what I instead did, I brought down the size of the pumpkins a bit because I realized that they were a little bit big, and widened the lens a little bit, all that stuff, all that good stuff. And then scatter a few more pumpkins around. I wanted to make it feel like there was other things going on in the scene besides just like besides the pumpkins that we have. I wanted to maybe make it feel like there was other pumpkins in other areas, or just like it was like a larger scene outside of the camera. The other thing I did is I forgot to add a little like flicker to the what is it? Where is it? Hold up. I wanted to add like a little flicker to this light to make it feel like it's a candle. So the way I'm gonna do that is go to the very first frame, go to power, insert a keyframe, go to the last one, insert the same keyframe, and then go to graph editor, select it all, modifiers, noise. And I think, yeah, that makes it kind of go up and down. I'm gonna make the scale a little bit higher, or sorry, the strength a little higher. So it's a little bit more noticeable. At the highest, it's like 6, and at the lowest, it's 3. So I think that's a good, maybe make it a little bit bigger scale. So yeah, we'll see. It might not even be noticeable in the final render, but that's it. And here is the final render. Thank you for watching.